Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and today is November the 2nd. I'm going to do your Just for Today in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our H.O.D Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Okay, let's get into the meditation. The meditation is entitled Living with Unresolved Problems. It makes a difference to have friends who care if we hurt. Basic text, page 56. For most of our problems, the solution is simple. We call our sponsor, pray, work the steps, or go to a meeting. But what about those situations where the burden is ongoing and there's no end in sight? Most of us know what it's like to live with a painful situation, a problem that just isn't going to disappear. For some of us, the problem is an incurable, life-threatening illness. Some of us have incorrigible children. Some of us find that our earnings simply don't cover our living expenses. Some of us care for a chronically ill friend or family member. Those of us who have ever had to live with an unresolved problem know the relief that comes from just talking about our problem with our recovering friends. We may get some comic relief. Our friends may commiserate or cry in sympathy. Whatever they do, they ease our burden. They may not be able to solve our problem for us or take away our painful feelings, but just knowing that we are loved and cared about makes our problems bearable. We never have to be alone with our pain again. Just for today, those problems I can't solve can be made bearable by talking to a friend. Today, I will call someone who cares. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Yeah, so living with unresolved problems. I like this quote here. It makes a difference to have friends who care if we hurt. You know, the thing about hurting, the thing about being sick or illness is that for some reason, when we're unwell or we're not okay mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it becomes the main focus of our attention. Whether it appears to be the main focus or not to others, in the back of our minds, it's, I want to say the only thing we think about, but we're pretty obsessed with our unhealthiness or our unwellness or our circumstance. And generally speaking, that's human. It's not going to really change just because we will it to go away. So when you hear people say sick people talk about how sick they are, it's sort of true. Sick people focus on the unwellness. And so what happens sometimes is when you've had a situation that's not going away anytime soon. Um, in this meditation, it focuses on maybe a life-threatening illness, or circumstance where you're raising children that have behavioral issues, or maybe they have some physical disabilities or challenges that you have to accommodate, as long as they're with you and as long as they're alive. And it can be quite stressful. Um, I know a lady that has, well, I know a few women actually that have children that are autistic. I know one who has, her child has Asperger's. So these are things that aren't going to change just because you want them to. And she or they will actually end up parenting their child for many years to come, long past adulthood if they live that long, right? So there are situations where you have to live with the illness, or you have to live with the issue. And it's very important to truly understand and truly know within your mind's mind and your heart of hearts that you're not alone, that there are people that you can reach out to, friends that are there for you, that will listen. They may not always have the solution, but they definitely have the heart and the ear for you in your circumstance. And sometimes all we ever need is to just know that we're not alone, that we have a place where we can vent, that is safe, that's not going to cause harm, it's not going to make it back to, say, our families that we're struggling with this situation. That we don't have to worry about that kind of gossip. We're just expressing ourselves, and we don't have to worry about it getting back to the people that we're caring for or that we feel stressed out about. You need friends like that. But here's the ticket. Here's the most difficult thing about having a circumstance like this that you know is not going to change anytime soon, is that you begin to, I can talk from my own situation. I begin to feel that people are tired of hearing me talk about the same old thing. And when I feel like that, that means that I am no longer willing to have the conversation. I am no longer willing to reach out and talk about what it is that is wrong. I have some serious health conditions. And I would guess by looking at, my mother's physical health, right? Um, I would guess that at some point in time, my body will be riddled even worse than it is with rheumatoid arthritis. And that's very painful. I'm finding, the older I get, the more painful this becomes. And it can wake you up in the middle of the night with pain. And so I'm anticipating that, this discussion that I'm even having with you is such an old discussion for me. It's such a tiring discussion, right? That who even cares? Like, it's not going to change the fact that I need to wake up and take the day on and raise two boys and be a wife and be a student and be an employee, right? It's not going to change any of that. And if anything, talking about it may actually make me feel worse in doing all of those things. Um, and so sometimes I find that it's not, and this is just like a minor example, right? Because I know people have other situations that are more weightier that they might be living with. And I just want to give voice to the fact that we have a tendency to shut it down. When we feel that we're tired of it, we're also thinking other people must be tired of it. And it's very important that we allow people to be the heart and the ear that we need when we need them. People generally do not make a habit of reaching out and saying, "Is everything okay? I was just checking in on you. I don't mean to take up your time. I just wanted to check in on you and make sure you're doing okay. Do you need to talk about anything?" No, people don't go around today saying that, right? Unless they have a lot of time on their hands. So the only way a lot of times people will know that you need to talk and that you're not okay is if you reach out. And a lot of times people are excited when someone reaches out to them and they just need a friend. They're happy to be able to do it. It's not that I don't have faith in other people being willing to be there for me, because I think that I'm willing to be there for other people. And generally speaking, I think that most people are like that. You do get some narcissistic individuals that the only thing, everything, every topic that comes up turns back to they've been through that, their situation, what they did, what's going on. Every conversation can turn back to them. And even your venting is not venting because it's just another opportunity for them to run their mouths about themselves. Right. So you can have narcissistic individuals like that. But generally speaking, humanity is not suffering from that disorder. Right. Generally speaking, people are very caring and loving and need an opportunity to show that to another human being. And I need to, and you need to realize that our friends are really, truly our friends. And if they get tired of it, if they're our friends, they will just say, "You know what, today I can't talk." Or, "Are you serious? You still, they'll let you know. There'll be something that they will do that will let you know that that is no longer a conversation with them that you can have. But I doubt it. I really do doubt that will happen. Today, what I want you to do is no matter what you're going through, I want you to think of at least one thing. Like I just unloaded about this arthritis, right? I want you to think about one thing that you're living with, one circumstance. It could be baby mama drama, it could be baby daddy drama, it could be a relationship that is long past its expiration date. I want you to think of one thing. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for practice. I want you to think of one thing, and I want you to think about two, 2 to 3 people that you trust that you could talk to about it and not worry about your business getting out. And then I want you to practice not being alone with this situation. Maybe you need to get on an international. I always leave them. I haven't always done it, but I have been leaving the international in a meeting information, the 24/7, the meeting that I call my home group that I used to do a lot of hosting for. And I think I'm going back to it. Um, so I leave that and I need to leave another link for a conscious contact meeting that hundreds of people meet at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and they have a moment of silence, or meditation, right? The 11th step they practice together. There's other meetings, but those are two of my favorite. Um, I think the one that I should start posting is the one that I generally make every day at 9 in the morning. And that's the 9 a.m. wake up Manhattan meeting. I think I should start posting that. And so I'll make an effort to start including that one as well. Maybe you just need to get on that one of those meetings and raise your hand and share for whatever, however long, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Maybe you need to start practicing opening your mouth about what you're passing through, and it will relieve the burden of having to carry that weight by yourself. Can you do that? Will you do that? I hope that you will. It's early. I'm practicing trying to get up at 3 in the morning. Um, it just didn't go well today. I ended up having to hit the snooze and go back to sleep. And so I think I'm going to have to work myself back up to getting up at 3. And I can tell in my voice that I am not fully awoke or ready for the day. But I am definitely thankful for the day. I have gratitude that I'm on the wake up list this morning. And I do look forward to being able to express love and loving kindness to other people that my higher power, my God, will put in my life today. I'm very excited about that. I hope that you will take that small suggestion and just practice so that you can see that your problems that you can't solve are more bearable when you talk to a friend, and that today you will call someone, you will speak to someone about it that cares, that you trust, and you will see if you give yourself a break, you will see the truth in this just for today in a meditation. I want for you to have a beautiful day on purpose today. Talk to you soon.